Hello Cancer, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you are doing well. This is your June reading. Dates to keep in mind for full moons and eclipses and such like that. June 3rd is a new moon in Gemini, and then June 17th is a full moon in Sagittarius. So if you have any of those in your birth chart, whether it's your moon sign, your rising sign, Venus, Mars, those could affect you on a long term. But as a collective, it's going to affect each one of us. Also, too, your sign is in Mars right now until the 2nd of July, I believe. So a lot of that has, come to the surface when it comes to, family dynamics, issues between, mom and the children, things of that nature, political issues, debates. I think sometimes in the news I've seen where, some children have gotten hurt. A lot of different things on a collective field is happening. So don't be alarmed when things are coming to the surface. Also, too, we are in Gemini season. So Gemini is usually the sign for Cancer that, is the friend of Cancer. So I don't think it's a problematic. It's just a lot of mental process, especially with Mars, is mental. A lot of mental work going on. But yeah, let's get into your reading. The rune that was chosen was the Odin. The unknowable, the god Odin. Empty is the end, empty is the beginning. Like the phoenix from the ashes, it rises from what we call fate. The surrender of control is the supreme challenge for a spiritual warrior. If you drag the blank rune, take courage, trust the universe will make self-change in your ongoing life process. So I think Leo got this too. So maybe the Leo reading has some information in there that you may need to hear, or just something. Alright, let's get into your reading. I pre-shuffled the card and split them in 1, 2, 3 ways. So yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys can see this. I feel like Cancers in general have been going through such a transformation that seems unreal sometimes. Like, I feel like personally for me, I feel like things are changing for me. I'm not the same I used to be. Things don't affect me like they used to, but with this whole Mars and Cancer, it can be conflicting because it may want us to get back into that, argumentative state with people, or just in general be argumentative, but try to balance your emotions when it comes to Mars and Cancer, because you guys can get very protective, especially when it comes to your family, when it comes to your kids, when it comes to those that you love. It's easy to get very protective of what is rightfully yours, but just be careful with your emotions. Alright, coming into the month of June, you have the 5 of Cups. So this could be a past tense thing that you're still looking at, or it could be something that some of you are feeling at lack, at unease about things, especially when it comes to your finances, or not having enough that you want. Because I feel like a lot of us have gone through this period where we've put so much time and effort into things that we're not really getting what we want, whatever that may look like. And I don't know if it's because a lot of the changes that's been happening is with the whole North Node and South Node being in Cancer and Capricorn. So I really think it's being a pull on our finances to reestablish, um, when it comes to our family, when it comes to our finances. A lot of us, some don't have jobs. I know I don't have a job, but some of you, you wanting to upgrade things in your life. And so this is a card about grievances, loss. There could be some things that you're dealing with maybe in the past, especially when Mars is in Cancer. Family dynamics that are giving you some grievances that you really can't win in this situation. And then you have the Strength card in reverse. So you could be dealing with a Leo. Or this energy you're taking on with it being in reverse. So you're really getting to that point, Cancer. I think a lot of us are, especially Mars being in Cancer, where we don't have energy to deal with lack in our life. And it's like, it doesn't matter what we do. It just seems like either our self-worth is low, either our vision is too high, or maybe we just don't have the strength within us to deal with these grievances anymore, whatever that looks like to you. Whether it's your finances, your relationships. I also know that in Cancers, especially, with Uranus happening the next 7 years, a lot of things are going to shift. A lot of things are going to change. But I also feel like this could indicate maybe something in August, especially with Leo, because because I was looking a few days ago, Mars is heading into Leo. So maybe something significant around, Mars in Leo or August, something is going to be of evidence of something. But I just feel like with the loss here, this is crying over a spill. Maybe there's just something out of whack here when it comes to, your energy, these spilled cups that you're not very happy about, that you're just tired of it. You're tired of winning this loss aspect of your life that it can't seem to get on track. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles. So, sorry about the chain. So this is about desire, ambitions. With the in reverse, I feel like you want to work on what you desire. And a lot of you have been putting time and effort into something, maybe a job that's giving you some grievances, or maybe it's a project you're working on that is giving you some grievance, not giving you the strength to put up with it, and you're feeling like you really can't offer more than your best. And I feel like that's a struggle. Like, maybe in some instances you don't feel heard when it comes to other people, when it comes to maybe this fire sign, or just people in general, that you take care of. Maybe some of you are caretakers, where you feel like you're giving so much to other people that you're not getting the same results that you give out. And I don't know if that's a Cancer thing, which we do give to people, but it just seems like everything we work for is in some way feels like diminished, and like we can't get everything we need. And then you have the Nine of Swords. So this is about thoughts. This could be about, Gemini seasons are about analyzing things, are about, it could be self-sabotage. Maybe you feel like things you want aren't good enough, or things you want head into the future, you may be self-sabotaging yourself, or you may be rethinking things, or you're unsure about how you're going to get everything you need. Because I feel like that's a big struggle for Cancers in general, is we want to succeed, we want to go on our passions, we want things to start working out in our favor, but there's this imbalance here. And then you have the Justice. So yeah, you want balance in your life, you want stability, and maybe there's something that is coming in for you that's going to give you that balance. This is also a card of a Libra. But I feel like it's more about getting your justice in life, getting things served. Maybe you're having to deal with, legal things, legal issues, documents, of thing like that, and you're trying to prepare for that. But I feel like it's more about you wanting balance in your situations when it comes to these losses, when it comes to these grievances, when it comes to things that you don't have the energy to deal with. I mean, you put up with a lot already, I feel like, but you're done trying to hold it together when it feels like all your cups are falling apart, all your emotions are falling apart, but you still put up with it anyways. And then you have the moon card in reverse. So maybe this is something that was closing, or maybe something ending around the full moon in Scorpio. But also, too, the moon is about emotions, and we rule the moon, the Cancers are ruled by the moon. So maybe something coming up about the moon, but I think with it being in reverse, it's like, try not to let your emotions dictate how you balance things out, especially when it comes to, what are you willing to, maybe dish out, put out. And I feel like the hardest things is we give so much of our time and energy, but at the end of the day, we feel like we can't give, or we give so much, but yet we're not receiving. It's kind of BS, But this is really funny. I just looked at this. The moon. Maybe something happened in the moon during Libra season. Not Libra season, but because I think a few months ago we had a moon in Libra. But it's funny because I have a moon in Libra. There's just a balance here. I feel like when it comes to your emotion is try to balance it out. That's the best thing you can, even if it's your best right now. And then 2 swords. So making a decision on something. When it comes to what are you giving to your time, your resources, your money, everything you've been working on. And I really feel like there has to be decision in this imbalance here. And I feel like there's probably going to be some evidence in this month or so, or in the next few months, where there's decisions that need to be made on how you can better stabilize your emotion, better stabilize everything you worked hard for and you put into. And then you have the Emperor card. So the rune Odin was talking about, self-control, kind of how Leo reading was too. Sometimes it's hard when it comes to, what we can control and what we can't control, especially when it comes to, our emotions, our decision makings, when it comes to the things we can't see and we're kind of lost here. So I just feel like with the Emperor, it's a message saying, don't lose the faith of your inability to make decisions or your emotions when it comes to making decisions. Try to make decisions that best fit the situation that you possibly can do in the situation, whatever that may look like to you, to try to manage the power within you, so you have control over your emotions, and that it can be a balance, that you can get both. You can get what you put out is what you're getting in the long run. And then you have the High Priestess. So a card of Pisces, also a card about, this is a very wise card. It's all about, listening to our intuition. It's about, not letting things maybe control us, not letting our emotions control us, but literally listening to our intuition and going on our intuition, especially when it comes to our decision making and our awareness. And when it comes to our awareness, to really gather ourself and really open up our heart and go into our heart source in making those decisions, especially those decisions that have effect on our balances in life, whatever that may be, in your home dynamic, in your family, in your relationships, that you really go on your intuition for upcoming decisions, because I feel like there may be a power struggle when it comes to making the right decisions that don't get you in an unemotional state of mind. Because I know a lot of Cancers have been going through a lot of, things that feel like tests and feel like our emotions can't handle it. But I'm telling you, I feel like once you try to balance things out, especially when it comes to your emotions, your decision makings, then you will have the power to go forward. Because all we want to do, really, a lot of us Cancers, is we want to move forward when it comes to, the decisions in our lives, when it comes to things that are going to have lasting effect in our life. And then you have the devil in reverse. So freeing yourself from maybe feeling like you're in lack, maybe in feeling like your emotions aren't stable. And I feel like you have managed that. A lot of you have managed yourself when it comes to, also swords could be, your words, your thoughts, being self-aware when it comes to your power and how much power you really do have at the end of the day, especially when it comes to your decision makings, that only you can make those decisions, and only you can, speak in truth and in love and go on intuition. Because it's easy when, with this Mars and Cancer, it's easy to want to snap, to react, and make a harsh, quick decisions. But I feel like a lot of us are being tested in the area when it comes to how are we speaking, when it comes to, are we acting on our decisions based on how we feel, or are we reacting on our decisions because we're listening to that inner voice, that inner guidance, that inner father of the masculine, of the Aries, the Odin, the father figure? Are we listening to that inner guidance, our higher self, to make these decisions when it comes to our emotions, when it comes to our balances in life? And I really feel like a lot of you have set yourself free in that. I seen the other day someone was doing a video about releasing of the devil, and I feel like we've already been there. We've already know what this devil energy does to us, especially when it comes to, being caught up in the illusion. Months ago, I felt like I was struggling with that when it comes to, what the hell is wrong with my emotions? Why am I feeling the way that I do? Why do I feel like I'm being, retested from things of the past that I already set myself free in? But I just feel like whatever we had to learn recently, it was for our higher good. It was for our betterment, our growth, to really connect more with our higher self. That inner guidance, whether it's the inner guidance of the masculine, and to access, not to be ruled by our emotions, but to let, both sides have their say, especially when it comes to, our masculine side and our feminine, and use it in a balanced way, not a toxic way. So I feel like we've already overcome this devil energy when it comes to not going in with the illusions, not getting caught up in everything around us when everything feels uncomfortable, but literally stepping into, this could totally work for, I just thought of this, the masculine and the feminine. Using both of these energies in an equal balance when it comes to our energies, when it comes to how we self-express ourselves into reality. I feel like you're getting a clearer and clearer picture that you can't be all about your emotions when it comes to things, especially when it comes to, quick decisions you have to make in life. You have to be on point. You have to realize, I can't let my emotions control me, even though I feel like being a raging lion, or being, fiery, call it like it is, bitch. You don't want to be ruled by that. And I feel like you're getting the idea of that this month too. And then you have the 8 of Cups in reverse. So yeah, letting go of things that aren't working, walking away from things that aren't working, especially when it comes to, past emotions. How when you look at yourself like a year ago, you were not the same person. I know I wasn't. So I feel like we're getting clear understanding of that. We want to be different. We don't want to live in this toxicity anymore, or feeling like our emotions are against us half of the time. But we want to stay in balance. And then you have the star card. So yeah, I really feel like you've done a lot of healing, Cancer. I know I have. When it comes to, letting go of everything that does not serve you well in your life, how your emotions, affect you on a larger scale, how you affect other people, and you're trying to balance everything out. So I think this is a great reading, especially ending with the card for the month of June. I feel like you're going to get your victory this month. A lot of faith, to get everything you need to get in order, especially when it comes to these imbalances, is, you're on a self-awareness journey. I feel like that's what it is, of reflecting on, okay, what's okay when it comes to my emotions. I feel things. It's okay to feel things, but don't act on those, on rash decisions. I think that's a easy thing to understand now. Just because you feel things doesn't mean you need to act on a decision. Sometimes you just need to observe and, use the divine masculine and the divine feminine energy to help balance you out, especially when it comes to, the divine masculine. He's all about taking charge, responsibility. Take that when you need to, and then times when you need to be emotional, take on the high priestess, where you can balance it out, where you're not over, giving to the one or over giving to the other, but you're willing to give to where it needed. So I really think this is a great reading, especially here lately. A lot of us Cancer have been going through a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye bye.